the Mexico from the coffee mod. God, the wires are really getting crossed a lot at the moment. I think it's because of prep. If you're looking for like a daily coffee, like a very bold, chocolatey coffee, the Mexico is very nice. I'm gonna take you through like not a full day. It's happened again. Today I'm gonna take you through like a day in the life of, instead of a full day of eating. We've done a couple of full days of eating. So I wanna kind of take you through the, this isn't on, by the way, it's just in the shot. Gigi taught me stuff like that just to make it look like. I actually need them. I'm jumping on Warzone in a minute. God, what a terrible start. 1, 2, 3, we're back in the room. Take you through like a day in the life of. Today's Sunday, it's like my OCD day, Sundays. They're very organised. Everything is being programmed and set for the next week in terms of a food shop. We'll go later. It's Mother's Day today, so I'm seeing the old dear. But we got a food shop. We have we schedule all our posts for Instagram. So on my G Drive, I've got like IGTV, Instagram post. I've got members, YouTube, and across the dates, so Monday to Sunday. And it just gives me a better understanding going into like Monday morning that I know, boom, tonight is the contest prep anabolic cycle that's going out. So I've started to do that, or I've been doing that for a while. Usual routine upon wake at the moment. I tend to bank my sleep a lot on the weekend, so on a Friday and Saturday night I'll try and add an additional sleep cycle. So I'll go from like 8 hours to 9.5 hours. So all I do is, if I say for example I'm about to fall asleep at like 11, I'll just add on 9.5 hours, and then I'll put like 8:30 on my alarm, just to get in a little bit more sleep over the weekend to ensure recovery is okay. But wake up. Today's check-in day with Cal, so sent in some check-in photos. We've hydrated, we've fed the dog, we've done our cardio. I'm gonna jump on Warzone now, and then we're gonna go food shopping. So I would usually go and do my steps, but I hit enough steps on the food shop because I park my car a little bit further away and then I walk. Has that been falling down the whole time? Have I been out of shot the whole time? We're back. I said to Cal, I feel very much like I'm on prep at the moment, which is, it's been missed, to be honest, walking around Tesco like, I'm not sure what's really going on because there's no food in the system. But I want to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and go through a few questions regarding the upcoming Ibiza Classic Transformation Challenge. Obviously we pushed it back a little bit because of the situation with the gyms, but as they are opening, the groundwork and the foundations are being laid in terms of what it consists of, and I'll take you through. I like to take people through the intricacies into certain things like logo, and you've heard me talk about design before, about how kind of, hey, what we said no. You've got plenty of toys. I want to take people through like the switch in feel of going from like series to series. Obviously with the level up, it was more so kind of the silvers, the darks, and themes associated with that particular series were slightly different, as we're now entering this sort of summery kind of vibe. So the LUT that you're looking at now is more kind of a beigey brown, the clothes for example. So I like kind of taking people through and showing them an insight into that, so we can have a look into how I've done my the logo. But I'm very hungry now, so I'm going to eat. We're back in the lab. I don't think I've ever gone through my office with you. I don't know if I do this in a separate video, but we'll run through it quickly. We've got the Shure SM7B with the cloud lifter. Anyone thinking about getting this particular podcast mic, heavily recommend the cloud lifter into the Focusrite. Focusrite then goes into the Mac. One of my best investments, this 27-inch Mac. I pulled up the details for anyone that wants to know these sort of intricacies into it. It's the 3.8 gigahertz, 8-core Intel 64 gig, and it's the 5K 2020 version. And we've got the Logitech webcam as well for when I'm doing check-ins or when I was streaming. Need to bring the stream back now. We're back in prep. Got the iPad Pro and the pen just for like designs and pulling up notes and planning for bigger events. I'm into my gaming. Got the Asus Tough Gaming screen, Astra A50s, And we've got the ring light as well, the Neue ring light. And this chair is from John Lewis. Great chair. I think it's important to have a little man cave, just so you can get away from it all, you know. It's taken me a while to build this, and I want this, this and this and this. We're into our second work shift today with some coffee. It's decaf, so calm yourself down. The aromas, the taste, I require it when I do like a second work shift. Now it's Saturday and Sunday. I hold my hands up. I'm very guilty for not kind of detaching myself from work. I think those that are in the industry in this particular realm of work, we do find it hard. Even when on holiday, it takes me about a good 2 to 3 days to go, oh, you know what, I'm on holiday. Because when I'm downstairs chilling, I'm like, could be making money, could be doing this, could be editing a video. So I think we all just need to chill out a little bit. But this is my second kind of work shift for the day. I'm going to jump in the computer now and I like to give a little insight. As you know, if you follow me on Instagram, I do quite a lot of updates when I'm doing anything in terms of projects or work, just to help those that are also in the industry give an insight into what can be done. Now I use Final Cut Pro. It's a video editing software. There are far better softwares to edit logos, but I'm so accustomed to using it in terms of the fonts, the colors, the design, the masking, that I just stick with it. And simply when I want to export an image, I'll just go on to save current file. If you work in Final Cut Pro, it's probably not on there, so you have to go on to add destination, and then you'll find it. And then once you've found it, you just click the top right hand corner and save current frame. So for all my Instagram posts, I export 1080 by 1080 or 864 by 1080 for more real estate on that Instagram. So as you'll see on my posts, they're quite long, and that'll either be a video or a photo. But just a little insight into the Ibiza Classics logo. This has been repurposed for Instagram, by the way, so it's slightly more condensed. But I got the kind of idea from Ian Salmon, who did some fantastic. I got some artwork for when we moved in here. It was this Ibiza piece. It's brilliant. It's like pink, and you've probably seen it in my house tour video. But I'll try and find it again for you. He kind of layered all of these different Ibiza landmarks and clubs, and it looked fantastic. So I tried to emulate that kind of. As you can see the images here on the left, I've got like Circo, Loco, Paradise, Pasha, but it just wasn't working because the fonts from each image were just drawing away from the actual font of Ibiza Classic. So what I did was, as you know, this particular series I've kind of opted for more beiges, more warmer colours. So I found an image from Ushuaia, and it was already had this kind of brown kind of feel to it. What I'll do is I'll just get rid of all this for you so you can see what I'm working with. Now the image didn't quite fit in the sense that I wanted the plane to be positioned slightly different to the actual image itself, so I had to mask one, as you can see. So I basically masked one and then inverted it, so I had two, and then now I can play around with the image itself. And then I just added the fonts and some artwork that was very kindly done by one of my followers, and kind of laid it upon and used the Ibiza, the Classic. The particular font for this I used in my first Ibiza vlog, was that ages ago, Constructor Tie. So it's that kind of, that, you know, that vibe that I'm going for. And colours, what I tend to do if we have like a main image like this is I'll pull the colours. So the outline for the Ibiza Classic font is pulled from my shirt, the darker bit on the shirt, and the feel of the font is pulled from these stripes here, just so it's slightly more pleasing on the eye, and it kind of flows a little bit better. And because this is being repurposed for Instagram, what I've done is, Instagram profile pictures are just spheres, they're just circles here. So if you use a 1080 by 1080 to work with, and then what I did, I just grabbed the circle and I dropped the opacity. So this is what it will look like, the circle, but then you drop the opacity. So you basically made yourself a template whereby you can work within that circle, and within that circle is obviously what people are going to see when they sign up to the Ibiza Classic Challenge, or what they'll see when they come across the profile. So that's just a little insight into my kind of my thought processes and steps into creating the Ibiza Classic logo. Right, Gunnar, what do we need for Joe's, mate? He's got to have salt and pepper in the weighing scales. Mince, chunky salsa, squeezy guac, chili con carne sauce, and pasta. You the man. You the man. No, you the man. Sunday date night. That's what you do on prep.
Hey.
Have you had some nice in?
I have, mate.
I thought the conversation was getting a bit too much, and then I thought, oh no.
Wait for you to notice. You read as fuck, mate.
Sunday night. Sunday night equals bath night. It's time to recover, rejuvenate, not only the body but the mind. So 20 minutes in a bath on a Sunday night, bit of meditation, bit of nice music going on, sets me up for bed, a nice long sleep, and also sets me up for a strong week going into Monday. So I'm also going to take you through the kind of evening routine at the moment as well. Talking about sleep, let's talk about a bit of sleep, shall we? As you know, I'm very much into my sleep. I've always been into my sleep. I love sleeping, naps are brilliant. But more so over the last couple of years since following Dr. Dean St. Mark, who's a wealth of knowledge. Do give him a follow, especially those that are watching this who work night shifts. Fantastic highlight on his Instagram page. Key formulator at Supplement Needs. And also since reading Matthew Walker's While We Sleep, which is a fascinating read, it really is. So those that are listening to this, 1, follow Dr. Dean. 2, I would advise reading the Why We Sleep book, and then 3, maybe listen to the podcast as well with Joe Rogan. Do be prepared when you're reading that. Though it's quite an eye opener. There's a few chapters in there where I think, Jesus Christ, that can really happen. I think as a world, we all need to improve on not only potentially the duration, but more so the sleep quality. And in terms of the routine itself, within myself at the moment, my last meal goes in about 9:30. Half an hour after that, I'll have my supplementation, so Sleep Stack and Support Max. This is the Support Max Neuro PM, which is Strom's attempt at like a sleep formula. It still has the ingredients from the Support Max Neuro, which is a sort of cortisol management supplement. You'll see me take that post-workout. You've got the ashwagandha in there, you've got the lion's mane, but they've added some taurine, magnesium, bisglycinate, lemon balm, which is an ingredient that was in the De Novo sleep product, which was fantastic. I've also supplemented with lemon balm separately. I do like that. B6 and zinc in there. I mean, it's overkill if you were to take 2. It's probably worth taking 1 or the other. I just like taking 2 because my sleep over the past 5 days has been fantastic. It's knocked me out and in a good way. Non-drowsy for those that do ask about Sleep Stack. Is it drowsy? It's not. It's a non-drowsy formula that kind of works along the pathways of natural serotonin and melatonin secretion. It's a product that I've been using every day since it came out, and when I mean every night, I mean every single night. I've not stopped using it. But maybe try one for a week, for 4 weeks, for example, a month, and then try the other. But like I said, last meal 9:30, half an hour after we have our supplementation. I'm trying to wean myself off the phone a good couple of hours before I go to bed. Blue light blocking glasses go on. These are from Amazon. But I tend to try and put my phone on the side. I'll just chill out, play some Xbox with the boys, or put the phone on the side and just watch some Netflix, or maybe read, for example. And then when these are kind of doing their job, in half an hour's time, I'll go to bed. So my goal is to be in bed at 10:30 and asleep by 11. And then that way, when I wake up at about 7 o'clock in the morning, I've had a good 8 hours. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I also listen to some form of headspace or some form of like guided meditation, guided breathing before bed. That just knocks me out. That guy's voice, I think his name's Andy, the guy who owns or co-owns Headspace. His voice is incredibly soporific and sends me to sleep. So that's just a little insight into what we're doing, or what I'm doing at the moment in terms of my routine. I wake up nice and fresh and ready for the day ahead. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Viva la Portugal, Portuguesa. I think there's a Portugal flag in the allotment somewhere. Yes, it is. It's over there. I'm gonna go over and go. Amazing. Hope you enjoyed yesterday's kind of day. It's not a lot going on at the moment, I'll be honest. We're still in lockdown. I think we've got about 4 more weeks until gyms reopen. and non-essential retail. So I'm honestly really excited to get the BBC gang back together at Crayford. I think we'll probably, at that point, it's quite nice to have two different facilities. When I'm like 8 weeks out on prep, I like to switch up. So I have like a couple of sessions at Muscleworks, a few at Crayford, then maybe do like a travel somewhere. It's just like, that's the only excitement you really get when you're on prep. But yeah, missing Josh and Joe a lot. And we had such a good off-season together. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do for 8 or so weeks in prep. But yeah, and Selfridge is open. Non-essential retail. I know a few of you like the IB for clothes haul vlogs. So I'm going to go Selfridge. I'm like, put that in. That's a nice DC10 attire. Ocean Beach. Put that and that. Not that I think there'll be any like club events going on. Although they've put a few on for hire. Black Coffee. Jamie at Paradis for Amnesia. God, if they go ahead. Amazing. But there has been a few adjustments made. So the set routine every morning has now changed a little. Callum checked in yesterday, we've had a deduction in food. So training day, macros, 200 protein, 450 carb and 60 fat. So I think that's about a deduction of 25 grams of carbs, which isn't too much at all, and 20 grams of fat. And then non-training days is the bigger drop, 200 protein, 250 carb and 80 fat. So I think I've got about a deduction of 75 grams of carbs off non-training, which is fine. You know, my rest days, what I tend to do when larger food drops do come is just intermittent fast. I'll push my first meal back, and I'm quite happy running on coffee and 5-HTP and nicotine gum and anything that kind of suppresses the appetite. We'll do a video into that. I've already done one, I think, but we'll do a kind of refreshed one. In terms of cardio, we've got 20 minutes every single day and 25 minutes on non-training days. So Wednesday, Saturday and Sunday we've got 25 minutes fasted cardio at 130 beats per minute. No changes to stack design, just the macros and cardio. So in terms of how the routine it changes slightly is wake up about 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Go to bed at 10, that's the day done. Wake up at 8 a.m, hydrate, I jump straight on the bike, and before, I don't want to do this scene again. Can you just like forget what happened in the last 10 seconds? So the set routine now is wake up at 8 a.m, we have our 1.5 IU GH, we have our L-carnitine, we have our 40 mcg, and that's like our little kind of thermogenic lipolytic stack. Jump on the bike, straight on the bike, 20 minutes, come upstairs, shower, coffee, bit of work, and then we'll do our steps at 10. Usually takes me about 45 to 50 minutes to hit that 4,500. Wait for heart rate to come down, then about 11 o'clock I'll have meal number 1, and that will be 90 minutes before my training session. So that will be the current setup probably from now until, well, peak week really. The only change will probably be the cardio will increase and potentially a slight bump in Clen or any other compounds that I'm using. But I'm going to go for my walk now. Who is it, Joe? Who is it, Joe? Sorry, fuck that one up. Who is it, Gunner? Yes, it's Uncle Joe. I'm signing out in the style of an old school TM Cycles vlog on a car holder on an iPhone. Hope you enjoyed today's instalment. We'll do it again sometime. Things change, routines. You take care of yourself. I'll see you very soon. Thank you, good night, much love.